focused on baking and thinking, how much she'd like it, and thinking about the cooking aspect of it. And I was not speeding, but not driving slowly. And I really don't think because of the road conditions I was driving slow enough. That was part of the problem.
What were the conditions?
It was icy, but not horribly icy. Yeah, not icy enough to skid. There was ice residue, the kind of stuff that the plows leave beside the road. And unfortunately, when you have a real big car, and it was an 83 Oldsmobile, which was the size of a tank, you really have to be aware of the fact that if you do sway, or if you go the wrong way, you're going to go all the way. You have a lot of weight to deal with.
And it was the evening time?
I would say it was at least 7:30 by then. And dark. It was 32 north of Sorgity, so there were no lights.
I'm gonna move. Actually, this is a good angle. I'm gonna
Sure.
move it so then you can look like you're looking at the camera. Who are you baking the quiche for?
I wanted to bake a quiche for Koleen Schoonmaker. I hadn't made her anything since I made her clam chowder, and she really enjoyed that. She and her son both enjoyed it. I wanted to make her a surprise. Last time she knew the clam chowder was coming, and this time I was going to surprise her. I'm still going to make it one of these days, but I can. But,
So did you? I think when I talked to you before, you mentioned something about memory coming up.
Yeah. When the police found me, there were 2 state troopers on the right side of the car, and there were 2 emergency people from an ambulance on the left side of the car. I was knocked out cold. I cocked myself out on the steering wheel, and I really didn't know what they were talking about. I asked them, "Did you see me have a seizure?" So they wrote down that I had a seizure, and consequently it raised all kinds of poo-poo with the motor vehicle department, and I'll deal with that as it is. I told Mom it's easier just to turn in the plates, not to give them a hard time, and we can deal with it later if we have to with a lawyer. But in the meantime, what I ended up doing when I was laying in the hospital, I remembered seeing deer run out and trying to jam on what I thought was the brakes. And I think what I did was jam on the gas, because I went flying. I ended up across the road in the woods, I mean deep woods. They ended up, the state troopers told me they had to bring in chainsaws to get to me.
In the car, or you went flying out of the car?
No, I was in the car, and I had on the safety belt, but in order to even get to me, the state troopers couldn't physically get to the car, and they had to bring in chainsaws. They brought in, they have fire department guys that come by, and they cut down trees and zip down everything in order to expedite getting to the vehicle. And I was just in a daze. They put the neck brace on me, and I just remember screaming. Normally I'm not too terribly verbal about pain, but when they pulled me, they unhooked the safety belt. I had just been sitting there, and all I could feel was extreme pain in the back, pain in my knees, and pain in my ankles. and both feet were turned inside. Picture both your feet facing each other. And somehow or other, that's how they had jammed. When the car hit, the feet went towards each other and jammed. And that's how the sprain took place. Both feet were badly injured. I had a real difficult time walking on them. And my left knee was hurt real bad. I must have hurt it on, like the front part of the car. And the guys in the emergency squad were real cute. If you've ever been hurt, they're always sweethearts. They try to chip you up and, like, make jokes and just kind of cheer you up. And, they said basically, don't worry about it. You just have whiplash and all this other stuff. And when we went to Hudson, we went to Columbia Green, I couldn't move. They wanted me to get off the gurney and get onto the x-ray machine. I tried, and my legs would move. And for a while they thought I was goofing. I said, I can't move my legs. My back really hurts and I cannot move my legs. So basically what they did was they ended up moving me over with what they call a lift blanket.
Mm-hmm.
And they did x-rays and then CAT scans and all this other baloney, but just on my neck. And I kept saying, that's not where, my neck doesn't hurt. My back does. My knees do, my ankles do, especially my back, but my neck doesn't hurt. And eventually they put me back into this little teensy-weensy room with a nice little, curtain around it, and said, well, we're going to call your mom and dad. And I said, no, you're not. Must have been 10 o'clock by now, by the time they found my body and sawed me out. I said, you're not dragging my 70-year-old parents up here. I said, I know somebody who will come and get me and drop me off at home. I'll call him. Here's his phone number. And he came. And again, when he showed up, I couldn't move my legs. So he picked me up, put me into a wheelchair, dragged me out to the car, lifted me up, put me in the car, and then drove me home. But I couldn't walk.
So why did they release you?
They thought they told me, here's a script for pain. The only thing you have is whiplash. You'll get over it. Your feet will feel better. Your back will feel better in a couple of days. You'll be fine. No big deal. Just get the script for pain.
That doesn't make sense from a hospital,
Well, it's interesting. When I went to Kingston Hospital, after 2 days of being in absolute agony and crying and screaming and having people listen to me cry and scream, I begged Mom and Dad to please take me to Kingston Hospital. And they did. They took me to the emergency room where the guy who ran the CAT machine, CAT scan machine, had already worked on me and was very supportive. I heard him say something along the lines of, my God, how in the name of God did you survive for 2 days with this kind of injury? He said, you have 4 incredibly injured back vertebrae. And as far as your knee and your ankles are concerned, that's another story. He said, but just your back alone, I can see why you can't walk. You're lucky you're not crippled.
So the guy who picked you up at the hospital, it wasn't the guy who brought you to Kingston?
No.
What happened to him?
The one who picked me up at the hospital up in Hudson?
Mm-hmm.
He was just a friend who picked me up there. And then Mom and Dad took me from here down to Kingston Hospital. And basically, I knew that Kingston Hospital was a little bit more on the ball. I had no association with Hudson Hospital, but what was interesting was as soon as I had the CAT scan, he goes, "You're not going home." He goes, "Just looking at this, you won't be going home for quite a while."
But they also didn't they take a CAT scan at Hudson?
No.
So they just took x-rays
My neck,
of your neck?
yes. They may have taken a CAT scan, but they took it of my neck. They thought I had a broken neck.
So you can continue. So you eventually you had surgery.
Well, basically, he said, "You have a very, very, very severe injury." And he probably knew at that point that Kingston didn't offer the kind of technology it took to treat the injury I had. But he knew I wasn't going home. Basically, the surgeon who was assigned to me was top of the shelf, Mr. Bigwig. He was someone that Dad was familiar with, Mom was familiar with. He had operated on a friend of theirs. Oh, Lord. I'll have to ask Mom what his name was. But he was really, really nice. And he said he had the technology, he had the knowledge to operate on my back, but he didn't have the technology or the equipment to do the operation. And what he had to do was send me down to Westchester Medical Center. There was someone down there he had trained, a young lady who was actually, I found out later, she was the head of her department. She was the head of the neurosurgery department.
Do you know her name?
Dr. Benzel.
Did you have any other alternative besides surgery? Did they give you any, like
no.
being on your back
No way.
for a long time? Or?
Two of my vertebrae weren't just broken or fractured. They were pulverized. I had absolutely, if I ever wanted to walk again, I had to have the surgery that I had. And Dr. Benzel was very, very sweet. After the surgery, she came back and came into the room and said she was really, really, really thrilled with the progress I had made, but wanted to let me know that I may very well have to prepare myself for the fact that I might have to have 2 more done. So, altogether, it'll be 4.
So you only had one done? One
No,
operation?
2.
You had 2 operations so far?
No, 2 vertebrae done.
Mm-hmm.
What they did was they opened me up from my abdomen all the way up half my back, just between my shoulder blades. And what they did was they took out a rib, and they used the rib as bone grafts to replace 2 of the vertebrae. And 2 more are badly damaged. So, and I can tell when I walk, I can hardly walk. So, whatever they feel is best, I'm going to go along with. It's not pleasant. I was hoping they'd do what I thought they were going to do, which was when Tommy Salmon described his back operation, he laid on his stomach, and they went through his back, and they opened this little tiny spot and replaced this whole bone. They didn't open up his guts and, replace everything. They had 3 different teams working on me. This was really major, major, major surgery. They had incredible cooperation between 3 different teams. In fact, Dr. Benzel, who I thought was the head surgeon, wasn't. I think it's Dr. Gottlieb who is the actual surgeon who did, what they do is they not only replace the two vertebrae,
I'm getting static. It must
Well,
be where you...
they replace the two vertebrae, two bones, and I guess cover the spinal cord. But then what they do is they cover the entire bone structure with a titanium mesh. And then they put in two titanium rods and titanium screws to keep it all together.
Mhm.
It's really, really quite intense. It's not something, you just kind of throw together.
So the head doctor was a male or female?
Male. Dr. Benzel was really, really very supportive. She was really terrific. Dr. Gottlieb, I don't even remember. I know I met him, but I can't remember who the hell he is. He met me during the time I was down at Westchester Medical Center, and sent me some paperwork and stuff, but I don't remember who he is. I wouldn't know him if I met him on the street.
Mm-hmm.
But
So
looks like I might meet him again.
What kind of physical therapy did they set you up with?
Absolutely nothing.
Can you repeat that question too? Yeah.
They really didn't initiate any kind of plan or program for physical therapy. I have had to pursue them for physical therapy. And since that time, one of the problems that have prohibited any kind of physical therapy, I have 3 home health aides, one which is a physical therapist coming to the house. But unfortunately, I fell in the driveway with the body cast on. And one of the things Dr. Benzel was very concerned with, she had 2 sets of x-rays taken to make sure nothing moved. Everything was fine.
This happen?
I would say about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And the only thing left is I have to set up another CAT scan. And once that comes back, I don't see any reason why that shouldn't get back clear. The x-rays are clear. And then we can go ahead with physical therapy. Because basically, physical therapy is the ladder with which you climb back to health.
Right.
So,
As we saw Dad, improve. They had him out there right away. But
Yeah.
they did not let him
Yeah.
in pain. They made him
The
walk
only
away.
thing I've done is doing the little range of motion things, and getting up and walking around. But, I'm not getting massages. I'm not getting anything that you would normally get with physical
No,
therapy.
I think physical therapy is not, massage is not included. I think you have to, they make you work. It's about making your muscle regain
is
its
work.
memory.
But I've had physical therapy in the past, and they apply heat and cold packs, and they massage, and you get up and you work your butt off.
But it's only after you do the work.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
you have to retrain your muscles.
Yeah,
It just doesn't come in for a
definitely.
massage.
Yep.
So, okay, let's see. What is an outlet for you? As you sit here, you
Reading.
like to
A
read?
lot of reading.
What do you like to read?
Well, Keith was nice enough to go and get a whole bunch of Stephen King novels, which I tore right through.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mom got me a couple of things that she found in the house. And the TV, which was a little bit helpful when I had a remote control. But they took the batteries out and lost one of the little springs, so they can't put them back.
Nice.
Well,
Who's they?
The family. You should be
And
familiar with that.
what about any writing? Do you do any writing? Or?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to keep a journal. Basically, I've been sort of holding off on doing too much with it until I feel a little bit less depressed. I've been feeling very, very depressed and angry, but it's something I have to keep in perspective. There are a lot worse things that happen to people, a lot worse. So.
And you're not, numb. You do have your feelings and your likes. I mean, it's a blessing.
Well, one of the blessings is one of the girls who comes in, who is basically a housekeeping aide, is someone who had the exact same operation I did, and she's jumping around, hopping around all over the place.
Showing off.
It was 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
No, she's been a very, very positive example to me that she can, she was able to survive.
So what are your goals? Let's talk about your goals.
Getting back to at least where it was, and beyond that.
Where it was would be?
Well, physically able to just walk and function.
Can you repeat my question? Say my goals were?
One of my primary goals, my first primary goal, is to walk and function the way I used to. And then step 2 would be to work on that at a gym or someplace professional where I can work on that and develop it, where I can go beyond where I was. Having felt and known what it is to be handicapped, I'd like to work on getting beyond that. That is one thing I have to admit that there have been times where I can realize and be aware of the blessing, because I have worked with people that will never walk. They'll never feel the joy of just walking along a stream. A young lady who was a client of mine who never once voiced any kind of self-pity, up in Colombia, was in a wheelchair and was a very, very, very strong individual and very strong supporter of me. She was truly a wonderful example of strength and individualism.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you talked about your anger and depression, is it as a result of the accident, or is it something that was before that, or?
No.
Just say, just for mental health reasons, you're angry, blah, 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 and you're depressed, blah, 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 just to make the statement.
No, it's primarily from the accident. Something that popped out of left field, and really suddenly, all of a sudden, I was unable to walk the way I used to walk, function the way I used to function. But at the same time, it's not overwhelming. It doesn't haunt me every day. It's just something that pops up every so often in a very, very vague way, which is great.
This is the anger you're talking about.
Yeah. Depression and anger, which I'm lucky about. A lot of people are haunted by it. it's darkness, the clouds are every day. But in general, I can usually dispel it by thinking, oh shit, sooner or later, at least I can walk with the cane. Or I can get up and wheel myself around with the wheelchair by myself. I don't have to call Mom in here. I don't have to ask someone to go get me a glass of milk. I can go right in the kitchen and get it. It's just the little daily things you miss. Being able to walk your dog. And seeing him bond with Dad, who can walk him, and all of a sudden I get sloppy seconds. He'll come in and check on me 3 or 4 times a day. It's like, you're okay, bye.
Dogs like him.
And he'll come in and sleep. But in the meantime, he's always in there. It's humorous at the same
He's
time.
always away. So what is the emotion that you would mostly feel if you only occasionally feel angry or depressed? What would be an emotion that you feel?
I'm really not sure. It's definitely not anger. It's truly been a learning experience. I can't think of anything to verbalize it with.
So if you were to repeat this question, the emotion that I normally feel is, can you make a sentence out of that?
Almost appreciation, believe it or not.
Okay, but you have to say the sentence because it's not recording me.
I frequently feel appreciation for what I'm going through because it's a learning experience. And I think I have learned to appreciate what I had, where a lot of people don't. Most people don't.
So, yeah, I think that was a good story. I think for your records, maybe you want to, just get up and I can show how you move around now. Would that be helpful for the record?
Sure, you can try.
All right, you can disconnect and I'll go to regular mic. So we'll see how mobile you are now, just for the records, so we can basically watch your improvement.
Flip this.
That's okay because now it's a pretty good mic. I just wanted to make sure. Those probably would be fine with that. I'll just take it. So this is just for the records for your mobility.
Sure.
Yeah, that's part 2.
Okay.
And I would just say, walk maybe over to the
Do you want me to wait?
Just want to get my truck.
Tell me when to move.
Yeah, no, now, slowly.
Sure.
Let me just see what's in here.
All right.
I'll get up the room a little.
It's going to be a little painful.
Take your time. Just whatever. I'm not asking you to push. Just
Believe me, I won't.
remember, this is for your records. That's okay too. And if you want me to help you move something, but this is.
That's
Just take your time. You don't have to do this either. You can
No, it's okay.
So can you hold on 1 second?
Usually wait until there's a project.
So we'll walk over to, like, be nice to look outside for yourself anyway.
Sound rain.
Just take your time. Does your physical therapist, when she comes, you walk around for her?
I haven't even met her. The only one I've met is the psychiatric nurse and the home health care aide.
Mm-hmm.
Both of which are lovely. They've been very helpful. But and Monica's nice over the phone, but she can't come until I have the CAT scan. She can't touch me for legal reasons.
When is that going to be ready?
I'm supposed to have it on the 1st.
Mm-hmm. You're doing great.
Tinkle.
Right, you're doing great.
I think you have a little thing over here.
I'm going to put the battery in so I'm a little more mobile.
Ooh. Oh.
Oh, that's what I need. Yeah.
Woof.
Did you just say woof?
Woof. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll get this on film for you.
That should be interesting.
Yes, it should. Well, just tell me if you want me to do anything.
Yeah.
Right here.
Hey, Poo-Poo. Aw. You stuck outside, huh? You can come in. Here you go. Just let me go through. Let me go past. Get your butt up. Yeah, good boy.
The other one's tied up.
Do you hear?
Huh.
A whole body.
Beep.
Hey, I need a little horn on that thing.
No. No treats.
No, no.
Seen a little treat before. The only thing is just you're gonna get everything. thanks. I have a tea. Half a tea. I have to pee after my tea.
Mm.
It's nice and rainy.
It kind of stopped raining though. It was pouring before. Do you have to put a brake on when you get up like that?
Sometimes. I've learned it balance.
Because otherwise, yeah. I remember I used to do wheelies on the. Someone had a wheelchair. That was good. Okay, just close the door.
Ooh, bad Indians.
You watching Kung Fu?
Hmm.
You watching Kung Fu? I used to love the show. Grasshopper? What do you got the dog tied up for?
More tired about it.
This is one of my favorite shows.
Got Warpeg done. Mm.
Colin, you want me to heat water up for you? Do you want a hot tea? Want a hot tea?
Mm-mm. I just had a Ritz. Putting on the Ritz.
What do you mean a Ritz?
Cookie, cracker.
You don't want bagel? You're gonna eat dinner soon.
Nah, too close to eat.
Okay. Those are all white people dressed as Indians.
Huh?
Those are all white people.
Oh,
Italians.
yeah. Oh, him bad guy. Him no Indian. Him white man with dressed up as Indian.
So what else, Dad?
You gonna go back tonight?
I have to talk to Colleen Schoonmaker.
Huh?
I have to talk to Colleen Schoonmaker
Oh.
first. I'm gonna call her in a minute.
She home yet?
I don't know. So is your eye gonna be completely healed, like the redness?
No, I don't. I think I'll lose part of it now. See down.
But you didn't have eyesight in all of it anyway.
Huh?
When you before the operation, you didn't have all the eyesight, right?
No.
Let's see how close I can.
Garlic breadsticks. Mmm. Mmm.
Did anybody take pictures of your eye?
Huh?
Didn't Carrie take pictures of your eye?
I don't think. Thank God.
The doctor took them.
Yeah.
In the office that they
That was
wanted.
disgusting. He took pictures of the inside of the eye. I'm trying to get a close up now.
Mmm.
How you doing? Do you need a hand? You want me to heat some water up?
Must want to applaud.
The sound of one hand clapping.
Thank you. Oh,
I'll go back in with you when we can wrap it up.
Yeah, Carrie went to a jalapeno party, then
Oh my God.
another party.
Groundhopper.
What kind of party? A jalapeno party?
Huh?
What's a jalapeno party?
Filipino party.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Groundhopper. Not brave. Ouch. Keeping poor Poopsie tied up.
Yeah, poor Poops is gonna have to get up.
I'll try and get around him without disturbing him. Ouch. Sorry.
Look at that.
Okay. Well, that's so good. Hey, you. No, not you. No, no, no. No. You. 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 You are a dog. You are a dog. You're such a good boy. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Poopsie. Up.
Oh, who sneezed? You? Got pollen. The dog got pollen. Boy, what commercials? Oh.
This would be good footage for you,
What's that?
just to see your improvement. Yeah. Remember my tripod in you?
Hopefully.
Yeah, because I believe you're going to get better. I mean, it's just not an easy road.
Yeah.
It'd be nice for you to see the difference. You know, again, I'll tape this, but only if you want assistance, you should ask me for it, okay?
Yep.
So we can get this out of the way.
I don't like doing things on my own. I broke my kneecap.
Mm.
I can't think of anything major I broke other than that. Fingers, toes, which are nothing. But, little by little. And like I said, I've gotten such insight into some of the men and women who never questioned the fact that they were permanently Get they in their wheelchairs.
I have a really great article, inspirational. It was like Women's Sports Illustrated.
Mm-hmm.
A woman born with the two bones. You get two bones in this part of your leg. She didn't have them, so they amputated. But she is in Sports Illustrated to show you she's competing at very high levels with these.
Oh wow.
It was just so inspiring. I had to save it.
Yeah, I'd like to read it.
I'll find it because I don't have it.
No, because I've worked with people and never appreciated what they were going through, to put it mildly. Not only never appreciated it, I wasn't even aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, with the MR population I work with, I often wondered if they were ever aware of the fact of their limitation compared to others. And I never saw any kind of evidence of it. But physical limitation's another thing. But I still never saw any kind of evidence of it. That's it.
Yay! You're great.
Oh. 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 That's
Any,
it for a while.
yeah, I think you did great. Any lasting comments, or we'll save them for part 2?
We'll see where it goes.
It's good.
Really pissed off.
At what?
I had a brand new Hitachi VCR in the dining room, and it magically disappeared.
Did you ask anybody?
Yes,
And what? Was
I've asked everybody in this family.
What was the answer?
I don't know. I don't know.
What's that?
Oh, the sugar plum fairy came and took it.
What kind is that one?
Some old piece of crap. It's about 300 years old.
So,
This was state of the art, $300. Hitachi, I mean, it was, and even Mom remembers, it had a tape in it. Half in, half out. I couldn't get it with my nails.
was it
And then
broken?
one day, I was wheeling past in my little wheelchair, and I see the tape on the rocking chair. Someone had taken it out somehow, magically. And then I looked over. I never would have noticed. The Hitachi was gone.
Well, where is it from? Where did you get it?
I bought it from a store down in Middletown.
Mm-hmm.
Same time I bought that TV.
That's not a
Brand new. It's not more than 6
That's
months old.
connected to a VCR.
Huh?
That's connected to a VCR.
But it's Mom and Dad's.
I'll ask. I'll see if I can figure it out.
No, I'm pissed off. I told Mom, I want to have a little family conference. And if it's called busting balls, I want to bust balls.
Who do you suspect?
I'm sorry, but I suspect Matthew.
Really?
Yes. I know for a fact there's other things that lead to that conclusion.
Mm-hmm. Well, I haven't been able to see much of him lately, but I have been meaning to talk to him in general about life. You know?
No. I know facts.
Do you think he has bad
He has
luck
a lot of repressed anger.
towards?
The world. Oh, my bad luck. The car getting wrecked. I owe Carrie money. I owe Kevin money.